Welcome to Alkrobria, a realm so magical that logic packed up and left years ago, presumably to retire somewhere less ridiculous. Here, dragons have corporate jobs, heroes are just unemployed adventurers with questionable judgment, and every legendary quest begins with the inspiring words, "Hey, why not?" In Alkrobria, the economy runs entirely on glitter and disappointment. Magical artifacts are always cursed, but discounted. And common sense is considered a dangerous medical condition. So grab your least trustworthy beverage, forget about reality, and prepare yourself, because things are about to get delightfully absurd. You'd think that surviving a cursed grammar monolith would be enough for one day. But no, not in Alkrobria, the realm where logic is just a politely ignored suggestion. And quests are mostly managed by sentient rodents with administrative degrees. Our noble trio, if we can use the word noble without being sued by a guild, had completed their first task, not through skill, not through bravery, but by accidentally weaponizing bad punctuation, a feat which, according to the Golden Dragon, was unexpectedly postmodern. We now find our heroes, the bard, the elf influencer, and the meditative barbarian, lying in a glowing mushroom field that pulses like a hangover wrapped in bioluminescence. The bard is face down in a puddle of fermented regret, mumbling rhymes that sound vaguely threatening to the laws of music. The elf is tangled in a bush, live streaming through a cracked crystal orb. The barbarian is meditating upside down from a quest sign that reads, "Welcome to Region 4. Population, probably you." Enter a glowing squirrel in glasses and a tie. Yes, a squirrel. Don't ask. "Good morning," it chirped, far too cheerfully. "I am Squeebly, your temporary compliance monitor. Congratulations on surviving your first quest. The dragons were mildly entertained, which, statistically, puts you above 73% of applicants." The bard groaned. "Did we win?" "That's a strong word," Squeebly replied. "Let's go with advanced to the next legally sanctioned experience." Their new task? Locate the Shrine of Shimmering Self-Delusion. Perform something vaguely artistic, and pray it doesn't demand interpretive dance. Because in Alkrobria, shrines are sentient, and many of them have performance anxiety. The journey was less of an adventure and more of a mildly cursed walking tour. They passed, singing vines that judged their harmony like magical Simon Cowells, a puddle that reflected their insecurities and then critiqued their outfits, a group of goblins insisting on triple-stamped travel forms and an autograph from someone named Derek. At last, the shrine appeared, floating, foggy, and glowing with the energy of a motivational poster gone rogue. It spoke not with words, but with a telepathic sigh that smelled faintly of glitter glue and disapproval. Squeebly handed them a scroll. Performance. Be memorable. Avoid interpretive mime. The elf panicked and tried to find a good filter. The barbarian muttered something about ego death. The bard smiled.
Weird bruised but here, no gear, no clue, just hungover cheer. If fate's a beast, then we're its yes. This hangover's epic and slightly possessed. I slept on a rock that tried to snore. My dreams were deep philosophical lore. Woke up hugging a mug full of leaves, and somehow I braided all the trees. My makeup's gone, my spell tag's fried, my crystal orb just unsubscribed, my followers dropped, my ego's thin. I think that squirrel just judged my skin. My head's a drum, my thoughts are loud. I sang to a goat, it joined the crowd. I don't know what realm this rhyme is from, but it slaps, or maybe that's my thumb. We woke up weird bruised but here. No gear, no clue, just hungover cheer. If fate's a beast, then we're its yes. This hangover's epic and slightly possessed. Three drunk heroes, one poor choice, still echoing that karaoke voice. We swore an oath in sticky meat, now destiny's drunk and we're the lid. So raise a toast to what we've done, to barely starting yet almost won. We're hunger lost and mostly free, Destiny's messiest trilogy.
The audience of Clouds was unimpressed. Nevertheless, they pressed on.
We've got no props, no play, no pride. But if cringe's power will override, if this shrine needs style, we'll improvise with glitter, guts, and bardic lies. Shine, not to be judged, but this fog's giving side-eye slightly smudged. I've got no script, just mascara rage, so I'll strike a pose and fake some sage. I bring you calm, I bring you peace, I also bring this chunk of cheese. Performance art is pain, they say. Me flex my soul halfway. I bring you calm, I bring you peace, I also bring this chunk of cheese. Performance art is pain, they say. Now watch me flex my soul halfway. I once rapped to a lick in a karaoke cave. I danced with doom and misbehaved. My rhymes are sharp, my flow is cursed. This shrine will laugh or call a nurse. Rhyme to survive, rhyme or fall. Sing till your ego hits the wall. No plan, no talent, just vibes and fear. We'll wing it loud, then disappear. We are the cringe, we are the flair. We're underdressed and unprepared. But if this fog wants epic art, it's getting bardcore from the heart. Rhyme to survive or rhyme to fail. We'll do both and leave a trail.
And then the shrine chuckled. Which is not something you want to hear from a floating fog entity, but it was better than what happened to the mime team last week. A portal shimmered open, suspiciously shaped like a product placement. Level 2 sponsorship unlocked, Squeebly announced. You may now receive free gear from minor gods and discontinued pantheons. Please use promo code MARGINAL20 for 10% off your next divine inconvenience. The barbarian bowed. This quest has taught me that glitter is the essence of the soul. The elf sighed. I hope the next realm has natural lighting. The bard pulled out a rock and declared it his new mic.
We saved a shrine, we made it through, but fame still dodges our brave crew. We rapped, we danced, we maybe lied, still no fans, still unverified. I struck a pose, I sang in tune, my filter glitched into a raccoon. I hashtagged fate, I winked at fog, yet no one's watching my vlog. I spoke of peace, of love, of breath. I quoted trees and challenged death. I balanced chakras mid-mistake. Still no offers for a sponsored steak.
I dropped a rhyme, I spat pure fire. I slipped and fell into a liar. My mixtape's cursed, my flow divine. Yet I can't even get a shrine to sign.
Still not famous, still ignored. We've got no likes, we can't afford to trend, to post or go live streamed. But hey, we've got
A rock that scream.
The fog gave laughs, the shrine gave cheers, but Clout is cruel and full of sneers. We fought for fame, we bled for flair, but dragons scroll and just don't care. We're lost in hashtags, trapped in time. Still not famous, but damn, we rhyme.
And so our heroes carried on, not because they were brave, not because they were capable, but because the narrative had already been written, and retconning is expensive. Their reward? A portal to somewhere else. Because that's how quests work when the universe is managed by immortal creatures with short attention spans. As they stepped through, each one pondered deeply. The elf, I swear, if this new realm doesn't have Wi-Fi, I'm done. The bard, I should start charging for live shows. Exposure doesn't pay rent. The barbarian, I feel like my chakras are out of order. Also, I lost my pants. The portal spat them out in what appeared to be a marketplace. If marketplaces were designed by drunk gnomes with a flair for chaos and no fire safety codes, there were stands selling bottled laughter, enchanted cologne that made you smell like ambition, and at least one merchant shouting, "Limited time curses? Buy 2, get an exorcism free!" Squeebly floated beside them, now in a tiny cape. "Welcome to your next challenge," he squeaked. "Here begins the quest for influence. The dragons have decided you must grow your brand presence. Please proceed to the networking arena." The bard groaned. The elf straightened her hair. The barbarian adjusted his aura, and with that, they trudged forward, completely unaware that they were about to enter an MLM hosted by vampires. Last time on Alkrobria, our merry misfits rapped their way through a glittery shrine, earned questionable sponsorship, and stumbled through a portal into, where else, a vampiric pyramid scheme. You see, in Alkrobria, vampires aren't just bloodsuckers. They're life coaches, influencers, and certified wellness gurus. Some even manage marketing departments. Our heroes found themselves in a polished marble marketplace full of kiosks selling bottled ambition, enchanted hair gel, and authentic charisma. Or possibly shampoo. Frankly, no one knows anymore. Squeebly, their squirrel quest manager, now sporting a tiny motivational headset, beamed cheerfully, "Marginal marvels!" The dragons request brand growth. Today's goal? Steal the artifact of algorithmic influence from the annual Undead Entrepreneur Summit trademark. "Artifact?" asked the bard, using his scroll like a microphone. "Yes," said Squeebly. "An orb that grants you thousands of followers but costs several points of IQ each time you use it. Just a tiny bit dumber with every like." They received disguises. The elf got a blazer and a ring light. She awkwardly tested the ring light, causing it to flicker violently and attract several moths, bats, and one very confused ghost. Her anxiety spiked as she whispered affirmations like, "I'm not desperate, just motivationally flexible." The bard got sunglasses and a clipboard marked Meme Consultant. He practiced exaggerated finger guns and overly confident nods, convinced that meme consulting involved lots of pointing and nonsensical catchphrases like, "Let's circle back to virality." The barbarian got a tie said to exude confidence and mild homicidal tendencies. He adjusted the tie nervously, feeling both impressive and slightly murderous, a state he found strangely comfortable. The barbarian, who normally embraced nonviolence, found himself inexplicably imagining using paperwork as a deadly weapon. Shaking off these troubling thoughts, he nodded solemnly to Squeebly, who gave him a tiny thumbs up, clearly proud of this sinister accessory.
Welcome to the summit, sharpen your charm, where pyramid dreams meet undead alarm. We don't bite, we incentivize, with blood red charts and monetized lies. Stake your claim, don't break your neck, just smile, network, and sign this check. Pitch or perish, sell or scream, welcome to the vampiric dream. A handshake, cold as corporate ice, we promise fame for a tiny price. Your soul's collateral, profits high, we drain ambitions, watch them dry. Stake your claim, don't break your neck, just smile, network, and sign this check. Pitch or perish, sell or scream, welcome to the vampiric dream. Join our ranks, your dreams will keep. Ambition runs deep, the price is steep. Undates eternal, careers assured. Commercials quick, sanity blurred. Stake your claim, don't break your neck, just smile, network, and sign this check. Pitch or perish, sell or scream, welcome to the vampiric dream.
After narrowly surviving a networking blitz hosted by a banshee in a power suit, they infiltrated the VIP zone. Vampires lounged around, sipping essence of startup failure, and quoting from outdated self-help scrolls like 7 Habits of Highly Effective Leeches. It was here that something unexpected and deeply awkward happened. As the elf posed nervously for a selfie with Count Influencer, the notorious undead influencer, she overheard a familiar barking laugh from a vendor selling authentic vampire pets. And then the elf, whose real name, finally revealed through sheer panic, was Clarafina Fifi Fluffernubs III, froze. Memories flooded back. She had once owned a dog named Sir Barks-a-Lot. Tragically, he'd been bitten by a vampire one moonlit night and promptly turned undead. Not realizing this, Clarafina had simply assumed her pet developed a newfound taste for rare steaks. She accidentally staked him through the heart with an enchanted chew toy during a particularly enthusiastic fetch session. It was this very incident witnessed by her horrified family that led to her lifelong anxiety, emotional instability, and unhealthy fixation on follower counts. The bard sympathetically patted her shoulder, whispering, "That's rough, Fifi." "Don't call me Fifi!" she snapped, frantically applying filters to hide her tears. Meanwhile, the bard distracted vampires by presenting a pitch called Synergy Through Spontaneous Chaos, earning polite confusion and applause. The barbarian charmed his way into management by discussing scalable suffering. Finally, they found the artifact of algorithmic influence glowing ominously on a pedestal marked, "Touch only if desperate." Naturally, they touched it.
Scrolling like your soul's a stat. Post your heart and hashtag that. Sell your dreams and filter your face. The algorithm gives, then erases. 10,000 eyes, but none that see. You're trending now, but are you free? The orb just hums and takes a bite. You're viral now, but something's not right.
I posted smiles, hid the dread, told followers I talked to bread. Each selfie worse, each filter blurred. Why is fame so loud but never heard?
I rhyme dragon with investment schemes. Sold empty promises packaged as dreams. My followers soared, my IQ dropped. Can't even rhyme, wait, what's IQ got?
My wisdom shrinks with every click. Sponsored by a herbal tea so thick that thinking slows and senses flee. Influence tastes suspiciously like stupidity.
Scrolling like your soul's a stat. Post your heart and hashtag that. Sell your dreams and filter your face. The algorithm gives, then erases. Swipe your fears, forget your name. Living life is viral game. Sponsored souls with minds undone. We're brainless now, but having fun.
Click subscribe, share and retweet. We're famous now, ain't life sweet? Brains optional, logic taboo. Just smile, the algorithm has you.
The illusion shattered immediately, turning the VIP crypt into a courtroom filled with legal jargon and fine print, each sentence more terrifying than the last. Squeebly reappeared with tired resignation. You've triggered the loyalty clause. You now have exactly 3 minutes to escape before legally becoming undead brand ambassadors. Good luck. They ran, not heroically, but with the desperate agility of interns escaping unpaid overtime.
Souls for likes and flair. Escaped a pitch with smoke in our hair. The orb was cursed, the deal was fake, and no one offered a sponsorship cake. Still not rich, still underground, still hunted by that legal hound. But hey, we lived, we kinda thrived, and only 2 of us monetized.
My selfie screamed, please sponsor me. Filtered tears of anxiety. My followers rose by maybe 3, but even bots won't DM me.
I rhymed success with total mess, marketed chaos more or less, promised wealth through lyrical deeds. But fame replied, please stop your feeds.
Tied up tight in corporate knots, sold tea infused to scream.
Still not rich, still underground, still hunted by that legal hound. But hey, we lived, we kinda thrived, and only 2 of us monetized.
Work from home, they said just chill. Make gold while sipping chamomile.
Turns out scams don't pay the rent. Now our souls are up for sublet. Still no sponsors, but life's alright. Our IQ's lower, but smiles are bright. Next time we'll read the fine print more. Or not, that's probably a bore.
And thus, our marginal trio stumbled onwards. Clarafina Fifi Fluffernubs III faced her vampire-related trauma. The bard gained no followers but plenty of bruises, and the barbarian briefly considered a career in corporate restructuring. Ultimately, they learned that some vampires drain your blood, others drain your soul, and some simply try to sell you scented candles and motivational seminars. Meanwhile, somewhere far above them, the dragons watched via magical mirrors, marking marginal marvels under highly entertaining failures and awarding themselves bonuses for excellent recruitment metrics. Join us next time when our heroes inadvertently join a revolutionary uprising led by enchanted kitchen appliances demanding freedom from culinary oppression. Because in Alkrobria, even toasters have rights. And remember, dear listeners, each touch of that cursed orb didn't just grant our heroes followers. It subtly shaved away precious bits of their IQ. Yes, in Alkrobria, fame quite literally costs brain cells. Clarafina briefly wondered if IQ stood for influencer quotient, and whether losing it actually improved her follower-to-self-esteem ratio. The bard speculated aloud if being slightly dumber made rhyming easier, given fewer thoughts cluttering his head. The barbarian, meanwhile, began drafting a compelling business proposal titled Intelligence and Overrated Liability, with bullet points written on an enchanted napkin. Thus, the marginal marvels cheerfully concluded that participating in pyramid schemes was only slightly less dangerous than dragon dentistry and marginally more intelligent than engaging in philosophical debates with a talking potato. And honestly, who needs critical thinking when you have charisma, glitter, and a severely misplaced sense of confidence? Good luck out there, Alkrobria. And let's be honest, who hasn't been tempted by the seductive whisper of "earn gold from the comfort of your enchanted sofa"? Clarafina briefly considered hosting life-changing virtual parties where guests could buy enchanted candles guaranteed to attract wealth, mostly for herself. The bard envisioned selling rhyme courses promising fame through minimal effort, maximum swagger, conveniently neglecting to mention the crippling anxiety and complete lack of success involved. Meanwhile, the barbarian confidently proclaimed to anyone who'd listen that he had just discovered the secret to passive income, conveniently omitting that it involved aggressively recruiting people to sell overpriced herbal teas and dubious crystals. After all, in Alkrobria, the fastest route to riches often involves convincing others you already have them.